guys, welcome once again to my channel, Treasure Builders with Shola Moronfolo, the channel where we discuss about the early years and giving tips concerning children in the early years. And we've been looking at the series on developmental milestones in children. And in this particular episode, this is the episode 3, we started on the language development in children. The last episode, we looked at developmental milestones in the area of language in children 0 to 6 months. So today we want to look at the red flags in language development of children 0 to 6 months. One of the key takeaways in the last episode is the fact that at this age, it is expected that children react to sounds, especially when they are feeding and they hear a sudden sound. They should be able to react by removing their mouth even from the breast or from the bottle, whichever case may be. Now, today let's look at some red flags to watch out for in those children. One major red flag to watch out for is when a child doesn't react to sudden noises, to sudden sounds. It is expected when they hear sudden sound, they are expected to react. But when a child does not react, it's like probably the child did not hear or the child is not conscious of it. It's a red flag. It is expected that they need to react to sudden sounds. Also, when they don't react to loud sounds, for instance, the ringing of a bell, a child is feeding and the child hears the ringing of the bell and the child doesn't react to that sound, it's also a red flag. Another red flag is when the child does not react even to the voice of a familiar caregiver, does not react, especially when the child is crying and the caregiver or the parent is trying to calm the child down and the child is not reacting, the child is not being pacified even by the voice of that familiar caregiver, it's also a red flag. In addition, when a child does not respond to the smile or to the voice of a caregiver, when a child sees a familiar caregiver, the caregiver probably talks or sings, it is expected at this age that the child will respond. But peradventure, the child doesn't respond with a smile, it's also a red flag. In addition to this, when a child has not developed different cues for different activities like hunger, like thirst, or wet diaper, or I want to sleep. When the child has not developed different cues for this, it's also a red flag. And lastly, when the child does not use his or her voice to attract attention. When a child is somewhere or something is happening to the child, or child needs a particular attention, it is expected that the child uses his or her voice to attract attention of others. But when the child is not attracting attention, it's a red flag. We talked about language having to do with the body. We have the body language, we have the hearing skills, we have the speaking skills. So even if they can't verbalize or talk at this time, there are other aspects of language that they use. So if the child cannot use his or her voice to attract attention, then it's a red flag. I don't know how many of us mothers have noticed when we have our babies and we take them for the very first time, or immediately they are born, the nurses usually check their tongue. There are some children that are born with their tongue attached to the other to the down part. So we call it being tongue tied, and immediately such a thing is noticed, the medical practitioners, they know what to do. So these are some of the things that can be responsible for a child not using his or her voice to attract attention. Find out that such children at times when they are crying, the crying is not very loud, it's very thin. So once we notice things like this, it is best that we take the child for examination it's probably a red flag. So in order to nip a future challenge in life, just nip it in the bud as early as possible. So at this point, we'll come to the end of today's episode of Treasure Builders with Shola Moronfolu. Don't forget to like this particular video. Just click on the like button. Just click on it and share with friends. And if you are coming across this channel for the first time, don't hesitate to subscribe. Put on your notification button so that anytime we drop a new video, you will be informed. And for all my viewers, those that have been following me on this channel, I want to say very big thank you and God bless. So once again, thanks for watching.